Y'all listen, when it comes to Claressa, I'm starting to get a little soft spot for her. I really am. I really feel sorry for her.
The internet couldn't look away. Every post, every comment, and every public appearance fueled the conversation, turning the situation into one of the most talked about celebrity dramas online. To many observers, Claressa looked firmly in control of the narrative. But recent reports suggest that image may have come crashing down. According to claims that gained traction after comments allegedly linked to Tasha K surfaced, the rumors many people had been quietly discussing may have been closer to reality than expected. The reports allege that Papoose has walked away from Claressa and reunited with his wife, Remy. What's making the story even more explosive is the claim that the same man Claressa once seemed to view as her future suddenly returned to New York and reconnected with Remy, leaving behind the relationship that had been so publicly celebrated. Sources even suggest there was no real explanation, no meaningful closure, and no proper goodbye before the move happened. If these reports are accurate, this isn't just another chapter in an ongoing feud. It's a complete shift in power, a dramatic change in perception, and a reminder that public victories can disappear as quickly as they arrive. Sometimes the person everyone believes has won the game discovers they were only playing the opening round.
So I don't know whose team you think I'm on, but I'm on your team. And like I said, Papoose and Remy spent time together on Christmas. I got pictures of them together. I ain't even dropped them.
The biggest red flag wasn't an argument, it was silence. Reports claim calls suddenly stopped being answered, and soon after, an emotional public reaction sparked even more speculation. But what happened next pushed the drama into overdrive. Online critics began alleging that Claressa wasn't just dating Papoose, she was gradually adopting Remy Ma's image. Social media users pointed to similarities in fashion choices, jewelry, travel habits, and even photo poses, turning the conversation from romance to accusations of obsession. Then came reports that Claressa had allegedly tattooed Papoose's name on her body, sending the internet into a frenzy. While the chaos unfolded, Remy Ma took a completely different route. She stayed silent, avoided public battles, focused on her family, and continued wearing her wedding ring. At the same time, photos surfaced that appeared to show she and Papoose were still sharing the same home, raising even more questions about what was really happening behind closed doors. Now, a new claim from Tasha K has flipped the story once again. According to the allegation, Claressa may never have been the main relationship at all, but rather a temporary detour while Papoose and Remy quietly worked on repairing their marriage. If true, the loudest chapter of the story may have never been the real one, and appearances can be the most convincing illusion of all.
So I don't know whose team you think I'm on, but I'm on your team. And like I said, Papoose and Remy spent time together on Christmas. I got pictures of them together. I ain't even dropped those.
What started as a headline-making romance has reportedly turned into a full-blown public unraveling. This story is no longer about a love triangle. It's about pride, perception, and what happens when a carefully crafted image begins to fall apart in front of millions. At first, Claressa appeared completely confident. She openly embraced the relationship, acted as though she had secured her future, and projected the image of someone who had already won. But over time, that confidence seemed to shift. Her posts became more frequent, more emotional, and more focused on proving a point, leading many online to wonder if the reality behind the scenes matched the picture being presented. Meanwhile, rumors continued to circulate that the marriage she believed was over may never have fully ended. While Claressa was celebrating publicly, reports suggested Remy Ma was quietly focused on repairing her relationship with Papoose away from the spotlight. Then came more explosive claims. Questions surfaced about holidays spent apart, unexplained disappearances, public appearances, and allegations that luxury purchases and gifts may have been used to create the appearance of a perfect relationship. Some reports even claimed Claressa spent the holidays alone while investing heavily in a lavish lifestyle. As Tasha K's allegations gained attention, a new theory began spreading online. What if Claressa wasn't the one being chosen, but the one being played? According to circulating claims, Papoose may have been balancing multiple situations at once while appearing far more committed than he actually was. Other allegations suggested a pattern of recycled gifts and repeated behavior involving different women. If those claims hold any truth, the story changes completely. Instead of being the exception, Claressa may have become part of a cycle that was already in motion. And sometimes the biggest downfall isn't losing the relationship, it's realizing the version of the story you believed was never the real one.
I felt sorry for Claressa when she was in there blowing a bag, $30,000, and then she had to take the bag to Papoose.
Behind the picture-perfect posts, a very different story was allegedly unfolding. While Claressa continued showcasing what looked like a thriving romance, reports claimed Papoose was quietly reconnecting with Remy Ma behind the scenes. According to sources, the marriage many believed was finished was being repaired away from public view, with no announcements, just subtle signs that something had changed. One of the biggest clues reportedly came when Papoose suddenly returned to New York. Sources claim he packed up, left without warning, and offered no explanation. No updates, no public statements, just complete silence. At first, Claressa maintained her confident image online, but observers began noticing a shift. The energy changed. The reassurance seemed forced, and rumors of unanswered calls and ignored messages started gaining attention. As speculation grew, many felt the balance had shifted. The woman who once appeared firmly in control now seemed to be chasing answers. That's when social media took the conversation in a new direction. Users began posting side-by-side comparisons, pointing to similarities between Claressa and Remy Ma's outfits, hairstyles, jewelry, travel photos, poses, and even captions. What may have initially looked like coincidence quickly became a major talking point online. Critics argued it was imitation rather than inspiration, fueling accusations that went far beyond relationship drama. If the reports are accurate, this wasn't just a breakup story. It was the collapse of an image that once seemed impossible to challenge. Sometimes the loudest display of confidence hides the uncertainty nobody is supposed to see.
Apparently, Claressa spent Christmas alone in the Louis Vuitton store, racking up about $30,000 in bills.
What if the biggest twist wasn't the breakup, but the possibility that the relationship was never what it seemed in the first place? As the drama grew, online discussions became increasingly brutal. What started as comparisons between Claressa and Remy Ma evolved into accusations that Claressa was mirroring Remy's style, image, and even her role in Papoose's life. Social media users highlighted similarities in fashion, jewelry, hairstyles, and public appearances, turning what some saw as inspiration into claims of imitation. Then came the allegation that sent the conversation into overdrive: the reported tattoo of Papoose's name. Because he remained legally married, many viewers didn't see it as a romantic gesture. Instead, critics viewed it as a sign of someone becoming deeply attached to a situation that was still complicated and unresolved. Suddenly, Claressa no longer appeared to be the clear winner of the story. To many, she looked like someone investing everything in a narrative that may have already been slipping away. Meanwhile, the contrast between the two women became impossible to ignore. While Claressa continued sharing her relationship publicly, Remy remained quiet, focused on family, frequently seen wearing her wedding ring, and refusing to engage in public drama. At events and courtside appearances, people also noticed Papoose was often missing from the picture Claressa was presenting. As rumors intensified, questions emerged about unanswered calls, canceled plans, financial pressures, and holidays spent apart. Reports suggested that while Claressa was maintaining the image of a luxury lifestyle online, she was often alone. At the same time, speculation claimed Papoose had quietly returned to spending time with his wife and family. That's when the story took its sharpest turn. Many began asking whether this was ever a real love triangle at all. What if one relationship was being showcased publicly while another was being rebuilt privately? By the time those questions gained traction, many felt the outcome had already been decided. Observers noticed Claressa's confidence appearing to fade. Her posts became more defensive, her live streams longer, and her tone less certain. Even as she continued presenting the relationship online, rumors suggested the distance between them had already become impossible to hide. According to the claims, the reunion had happened quietly, with no announcement, no explanation, and no public closure. In the end, this became about much more than romance. It became a story about image, perception, and the danger of believing public appearances tell the whole truth. If the rumors are accurate, Claressa didn't just lose a man. She lost control of a narrative she thought she was writing, only to discover someone else had already finished the final chapter.